So today's episode was originally going to be a Barcelona / Real Madrid match week 22 review kind of episode, just because every week it's basically the same thing. But when I saw the Barcelona game, I was like, okay, grafted win. We had to really hustle. We didn't put away that many goals compared to the chances that we had created. But overall, we got the 3 points. But I had a feeling that, you know what? Something's going to happen in tomorrow's game. It's going to be kind of controversial, and it's going to put us within one of Real Madrid again. And sure enough, for the third match week in a row in La Liga, Real Madrid receives a penalty kick. This one was at the 97th minute after the game was decided to be extended for 10 minutes after the 90. 2 red cards in Rayo's team at the end of the game. But in the end, it was a 1-1 game until that penalty. And Real Madrid wins at the 90 plus 10. So at the 100th minute of regular time. Or of added time, rather. This, I remind you, is all happening during a huge lawsuit investigation case. Basically led and instigated by Real Madrid to look into financial operations for Barcelona's 2004 to 2018 season, where they are accusing Barcelona of having paid referees to match fix. Who's match fixing? When every single game, there are numerous dives, manipulations by the Real Madrid players. Who's really rigging the competition when one team is hustling over here, trying to get the 3 points, and the other one knows that in more or less time, we will receive that call that's going to save us and get us out of this. If this is La Liga's way of creating a competitive, entertaining title race, I guess it's doing its job. If this is Real Madrid's idea of being a superior team, this is embarrassing. Real Madrid, this year alone, have been awarded 15 penalty kicks. In the 2025 to 2026 season, Real Madrid has been gifted 15 penalty kicks. They've scored 13 of those 15 given. One of them was missed by Mbappe and another one by Vinicius Jr. In total, Mbappe has scored 12 of them and Vinny has scored 1 of them. In total, 13 penalty kicks. In the following matches: La Liga, Week 1. La Liga, Week 6. La Liga, Week 8, Week 11. Another one in Week 11, but it was missed by Vinny. The one in Week 10 was missed by Mbappe. That was against Barcelona. Szczesny saved that shot. Week 14, Week 17, Week 20, 21, and 22. Those are the last 3 match weeks of La Liga. 3 match weeks, 3 penalties. In the Champions League, they received 3 penalties. 1 on match week 1 to win the game, and 2 on match week 2. And in Copa del Rey, their first match week, they also received a penalty. Of these penalties, 6 of them were to open the game, were to open the scoring of the game. 3 of them were to win the game. So they were tied until that penalty was scored. 1 of them was to tie a game, and the end of that game ended up as a draw. And today was the first one where they did it in extra time, in added time. So like I said, 15 penalties called, 13 scored. And of all those games in which they had penalties, they won every single one of them except one, where the penalty, like I said, was used to go from a losing result to a drawing result, a tying result. And then they have the audacity to say that Barcelona paid for referees and match fixing. Who's match fixing? Now, I'm going to have a lot of people say, hey, look, dude, it was a penalty. It was a foul. The player today touches the ball. When he reaches in, he kicks the ball with his left foot. But he was trying to kick it with his right. He accidentally kicked the ball forward with his left foot. And when he kicks, he makes a slight contact with the chest of Brahim. He had stolen the ball, though. He just miscalculated which leg was the one, or which foot was the one who was going to make contact with the ball. The ball was stolen. Is it a penalty? Fine, call it a penalty. That does not take away from the fact that the last 20 minutes of this game, Real Madrid was seeking to draw a foul and draw a penalty rather than score a goal. They needed to win the game. And their immediate attempt was to try to draw a penalty kick. Why? Because they know it's a sure goal. They know it. Now, it's fine. Most of these penalties, if not all of them, and I don't think it's all of them, but most of them, were penalty kicks. Sure. But let me ask you something. How many dives, how many manipulations, how many attempts did it take to finally get that penalty call? I would say on average, per game, Real Madrid players fall in the box 3 to 5 times, on average, per game. So if most, if not all of those, are not called, what is happening here? Are there going to be cards given to the players for trying to manipulate the referee? Because if they're diving but not getting the penalty, it's one thing or the other. Either they're getting fouled or they're faking a foul. If it's a foul, it's a penalty or a free kick or whatever it is. But if it's a dive, if it's a fake, what are we talking about here? Oh, let it go. They're going to try it 3, 4, 5 more times. And at that point, it becomes a game of numbers. And that's the style of football that Real Madrid is playing this season. A game of numbers. If we dive enough times, one of them's bound to be called. And that's a free goal. That can get us the draw. Or, as we've seen in most games, that can get us the win. It could get us to start opening the game a little bit. Get a goal. Get a couple goals. Start having the rhythm go on our side. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of having to graph that win for Barcelona and then watch this. There's a lack of justice. There's a lack of fairness, of sincerity. And all the while, Florentino Perez, the president of Real Madrid, thinks that Barcelona is manipulating the competition. Who's really manipulating it? I don't have the stats right now of how many times Real Madrid players fall. But if you go ahead, you just have to watch the game. And that's the thing. A lot of Real Madrid fans, or so-called fans, they don't know ball. They don't watch the game. They have no idea what's going on. They read it on FOTMob or on Instagram or on TikTok or on their sports betting app, and they say, oh, Real Madrid wins all the time, bro. They're so good. Mbappe scores so many goals, man. He's the best. But they don't look at the penalties. They don't look at the fouls. They don't look at the BS that I see, that a lot of people see every week. And we have to compete against that. And with that, we are 1 point behind, or 1 point ahead of Real Madrid, rather. So, one slip up by Barca, and you just keep gifting wins to Real Madrid, and you're just affecting the entire competition. And at that point, I told myself today, I'm like, you know what? I hope Real Madrid wins La Liga. Because if they had to go through all of this just to lose, no one's going to know. They're just going to say, oh, Barca won it and whatever. I want Real Madrid to win. I want them to win it like this, with penalties every other game. It's just ridiculous. So I don't even want to talk about Barcelona. They won. They got the 3 points. Multiple players every match week score goals for Barca. If it's not Fermin, it's Olmo. If it's not Ferran, it's Lewan. If it's not Rafinha, it's Rashford. If it's not Lamine, it's Bardghji. Sometimes our defensive midfielders or our defenders get into the mix. But we're putting up goals, especially our attacking players. They're putting up goals. And they're hustling, and they're playing beautiful football. All for it. The next day, Real Madrid is just going to get a 100th minute penalty to win the game. I don't know how many of the red cards were actually red cards. I'm not going to get into that. I'll give it to Real Madrid. Yeah, you guys played against 9 men because they deserved it. But, and the penalty, fine. It was a penalty, and you deserve it. But to be looking for that penalty for 20 whole minutes at the end of the game, and the referee just needed a reason. Today was just like, today in his head, he was like, man, these guys suck at acting today. And then finally, he got that one. Player touches the ball. Now, tell me how the VAR didn't get involved or anything in that. Yeah, it was a foul because the second kick was a kick to the body, but the first foot touched the ball. So at that point, everything else is extra. Like you won the ball. I don't know. It doesn't matter. You could keep giving Real Madrid penalties. That's fine. I think what needs to change right now, man, is when they don't give them the penalties and they keep falling, we need to see some type of penalty for it, some type of punishment for it. A yellow card. Yo, stop infringing. Mbappe, stop diving. Vinny, stop looking for stuff. You know? But it's like, at a certain point, they change it up and they say, no, you know what? He's drawing the foul. He's not diving and looking for it. He's drawing it. Guys, Real Madrid, man. This is how they win. This is how they win games. This is how they win titles. It's Barca against the world. It's Barca against La Liga. Now, funny enough, and finally, I think Europe is starting to get the gist of everything, especially what they did with the whole Julian Alvarez penalty kick thing. After that, I feel like Europe started getting wise and being like, yo, dude, we don't want our product to be the same product as La Liga, where we're just gifting Real Madrid stuff. You know what? Our product should be better. Our product should be fair, should be just. And that's why I love that Real Madrid got what they deserved against Benfica. They got it in their face. And the Champions League is better for it. We're going to have 2 extra games with Real Madrid in the cusp, elimination series. That's going to be great. And they deserve it. They honestly deserve it because in La Liga, dude, they're just getting helped left and right. It's ridiculous. But as you saw, match week 1 in La Liga, match week 1 in Copa del Rey, match week 1 in Champions League, all 3 games, penalties. And match week 20, 21, and 22, which was today, 3 penalties in 3 games. That's just a little bit of it. And that does not count any of the extra diving. We could say, if we're saying 3 to 5, right? So we have an average of 4. So if they have 15 penalty calls times 4, you're talking about 60, possibly 60 dives in the entire season. And not 1 yellow card to show for it. That's the crazy part. Because if you tell me, oh, we can't give 5 yellow cards for every dive. I mean, all you got to do is 2. 2 yellow cards, or just 1. And, you have some sort of resistance. Oh, think twice about diving again. But out of 60, 0 yellow cards, it makes no sense. I'd say a quarter of them should be given yellow cards, right? Like about 15. So if we have 15 penalties, there should be at least 15 yellow cards given to Real Madrid players for infringing stuff like that. It's a complete injustice. I have no other words to describe it. It frustrates me. But La Liga is more interesting because of it. It's more entertaining because of it. So let's go ahead and look at La Liga and see what's next for everybody. This was 22. So the next round, Mallorca and Sevilla have to play tomorrow. After that, Friday starts Celta Osasuna. Barca plays on Saturday against Mallorca. And Real Madrid, Atleti plays against Betis. Okay, good game. And Real Madrid goes to Valencia. Real Madrid should win that game, but should we put up some bets? Will Real Madrid get a penalty against Valencia? That'd be a good parlay. But anyway, guys, I'm done, dude. I'm done. I'm exhausted with this. But yeah, congratulations to Real Madrid. You are still 1 point behind Barca. Keep cheating. Peace out.